last time on Jak 2 Zero Death Runs. Welcome back to another episode of me trying to complete Jak 2 without dying. This week I've got a total of 7 attempts, some of which end rather abruptly while others fizzle out painfully. But before that, let me recap the rules. Each run begins from a new game save file. Despite the plethora of glitches, out-of-bound tricks, and other such gifts, I will be using mostly the intended movement and pathing for completing each level. Like the title says, no deaths does mean no dying, but it also means no mission fails or restarts from the pause menu. That way I can't abuse checkpoints to refill health or ammo, and instead must collect these things from crates around Haven City or its perimeter. Here's the thing as well, because this challenge requires me to reset every time I fail, I will only detail missions one time per video unless I do a change in strategy, in which I will highlight the change and then skip over the rest. Otherwise, I will briefly mention the completion of repeat missions and quickly move on. This will save your time and my editing time. With that context over, let's get into the runs. Loading up attempt 1, I had a regular prison escape. I fell onto the streets of Haven City and fought off the police getting in the way. I met Tess and Torn, and they gave me the first mission to go out and get the flag in Denttown. We went back to Torn and we got told to turn the water back on in the pumping station.
Ah, the valve.
Skip the Oracle chat and go to Torn, who gives me the next mission of blowing up the ammo dump. I hate this mission now, and it only gets worse every single time I have to do it over again. But I clapped it this time and went back to Torn for cargo delivery. Then I did the scattergun training. Then I was sent back out to the pumping station to help Sig take down 5 metalheads and bring them in as trophies. I unlocked a dark bomb from the skulls I pulled from the metalheads and gave to the oracles. I went to crew, who gives me the first sewer mission where I have to destroy 4 turrets that block smuggling routes. But this being my first attempt of the week, my hands are really cold and my gameplay was pretty off. On the last sentry gun I got fucking owned like 5 times in a row because my thumb forgot how to press the jump button. Subscribe for high quality content like this. Unfortunately, attempt 2 was another ride, so I'm going to spend like 10 seconds on it, okay? You ready? So I escaped the prison, fought the police in the street, got the flag in Deadtown, turned the water back on, skipped Oracle, went to the armory where I got absolutely old yellered by the tank in the first 5 seconds of the mission. Alright, now into attempt 3, we're getting into some long form territory here. This attempt was 2.5 hours long, so here we go. So we have the prison, the streets, the flag, water, the oracle, armory, cargo delivery, scattergun training, killed 5 metalheads at the pumping station, I got dark bomb from the precursors, and this time I actually killed all the turrets. So now that I've unlocked the blaster mod and I go through the training course, I have to race to the stadium in under 3 minutes. It's super easy. Kira gives us the jetboard training course in return, also easy. Next we go to Torn and he tells us to go to an ego mine to save Vin, also pretty easy. Then Vin sends us back through the portal to destroy metalhead eggs, siphoning eco out of the drill platform. It's not hard either. Afterwards I collected the 14 money bags in the street for crew in exchange for the fire rate upgrade to the scattergun. Next I go to the pumping station to find out what happened to Ashlyn. On this mission I usually use Darkjack during the ambush, but in future runs I decided to start saving Darkjack for other purposes, but I ended up using it in this run anyway. Then I took a mission to push buttons underneath sentry guns around the city. I took this opportunity to go straight into the first Baron Praxis boss fight, which I cleared out very easily. Then I carried myself to the Haven City Forest, which I had to collect the 3 artifacts, but fuck the rock part, dude, I hate that shit. After I got Dark Blast ready to go for the future and took on a Torn mission, I had 4 underground fighters to relocate after the palace fight. Then I killed a bunch of metalheads in Deadtown after getting the Vulcan Barrel mod. It took them out pretty easily. Then Jack and Daxter get to meet the Shadow, in which we permanently unlock the jet board after tackling 5 metalhead scouts. Then crew told me about some surveillance devices in the port and I ran them over with the jet board. Got another mission to pull 3 lurkers out of the slave trade in return for ammo capacity doubling. Then I fucked up and took too much damage in the mission with Ashlyn and the metalhead ambush in one of the marketplaces in the city. But following that truly does become the death of me as I face my true enemy, the highway. 2.5 hours gone after road rage, but lucky for you, I've still got 4 more attempts in store for you. Attempt 4 was another short and sweet one that ended on a tragic note. During the pumping station metalhead hunt with Sig, I jumped ahead for a moment and kicked to keep on the track, but Sig was just too fast for me and I beat his ass so hard off the rock I failed the mission instantly. From here on forward I learned my lesson and stayed behind Sig from now on. Next attempt. In attempt 5, I was able to get all the way from the prison escapes and the flag to collecting the Haven Forest artifacts and climbing the palace. However, this time, I was trying to get a good lineup on the first turret and I may or may not have accidentally mashed my controller in the perfect pattern to execute a long roll, in which I did not grab the ledge for some reason and ended yet another run prematurely. Attempt 6 was yet another failed platforming section before the Baron. Also, this happened before the first Ashlyn mission. But on the platforming part, the rotating electric barbs next to the false platform made me more nervous than usual. I mistimed the jump and got knocked off insanely quickly. But because of this failure, I developed 2 alternative strategies to clearing this aspect of the platforming safely, which I used in the final run of the week. In attempt 7, I cleared the prison and the streets, got the flag, Turn the water back on at the slums.
Leaving city safe zone.
Ah, the valve.
Blew up the armory.
Missile systems detonation imminent.
Ran cargo to crew.
It's a guard roadblock. Get out of there. They've set up a roadblock. They're on you.
Did scattergun training. I did optimize a little here because I found out that once you pass the total goal for the gun course, you don't have to keep shooting things, so in order to save time, I skipped to the end after hitting the mission goal.
Bring your target.
Then I defended Sig at the pumping station.
Here we go. Follow me. This way. Drop the bridge. With metalheads, no time to celebrate. Damn, my gun's jammed. Take over. Okay, the Peacemaker is back online. Good night, baby. Boom.
I unlocked Dark Bomb. Clean the sewers of Sentry Gun.
Opening outer shield.
Got the blaster mod and used the same technique to skip its training course.
Would you like to test your skills on the gun course? Lock and load. You can be my backup anything.
I raced to the stadium in under 3 minutes.
Suspect's description. Get more cruisers in here.
Did jetboard training.
You can get a higher jump like that before you jump.
Congratulations, you achieved the gold record.
I also changed up some ordering by doing 14 money bags before rescuing Vin in order to get the scattergun fire rate upgrade as early as possible for future missions. Then I saved Vin.
Let's bring the money back to crew.
Cleared the drill platform of metalhead eggs. I helped Ashlyn at the pumping station.
Nice shooting.
Pushed 5 buttons in the city streets. Then I did the Baron's platforming and did the boss fight using the newly practiced roll strat in the cable platforming. I collected the 3 artifacts in the precursor ruins. Afterwards, I unlocked Dark Blast. I easily relocated the 4 underground allies.
See you at the next meeting. Suspect fleeing into sector base. You're a lifesaver.
Thanks for the bird.
Suspect fleeing into sector 5.
Okay, thanks. Good luck.
I went back into Deadtown to clean out some metalheads.
Opening outer shield.
Next, I use the jet board to clap 5 metalhead scouts in the Haven Forest, in which I get to keep the jet board after. I went to the port and destroyed the devices planted by the KG. I saved 3 lurkers from the slave trade, in which it glitched out super bad because I had switched ships in mid-battle, which it exploded or despawned. But luckily I was able to remember the last location, but it did cost me a lot of damage.
Here's your boy, Bruder. We're off to get another animal.
Get more cruisers in here.
In the vehicle, buddy. We can save you.
Call in more Hellcats.
Here's another beast of burden.
I'm closing in. No! Suspect fleeing. Call in more Hellcats. Call in more Hellcats. Stop the miracle!
Another lurker freed.
I took the next mission into the sewers and used the jet board.
City in your eyes.
Ashlyn and I staved off the Metalhead ambush in a marketplace.
How's it riding in the hood, Red?
Get out of the area. This is Crimson Guard business.
Next, I escorted the kid and his dog to the power station.
Escort the kid over to Core at the power station.
Hey, kid! Wait! Come back!
Finally, let's get these two to core.
Then went to the dig on a core mission to destroy a drill. Did another jetboard mission to destroy 6 eco wells in 2 minutes.
That's one well down. 2 wells of history. 3 wells cut. Only 3 to go. That's the 4th well. 2 bad boys left. Give me a minute before we're toast, Jack. You got the 5th well. Seconds left. Then we go boom.
Went back to the drill platform to destroy a big ship. Went back to Haven Forest to kill 30 combat metalheads. Went back to the dig again to collect the first seal of Mar. Then I destroyed 5 Hellcat cruisers kind of easily.
Sweeping for suspects.
I quickly drove through the Class 3 race.
Last lap.
Then I added a new optimization to staying alive. Once you complete the mission of clearing out Dead Town Metalheads mentioned earlier, if you re-enter the city and come back later, you can reuse the KG crates to replenish health. I also collected ammo from the gun course, health and ammo that I needed in order to pull the Seal of Mar out of the water slums, which is the mission next up on the checklist. Even after extensive off-camera practice, I was still pretty anxious about this mission where anything can and anything will go wrong. But this run, I did take quite a lot of damage, but it was way smoother than the last time I got here. Though there was a time where Dark Blast got completely eaten and nothing happened, but I had to keep improvising with the loss of Dark Jack. I rolled my way to the end and I used the Dead Town entrance to lose the guards, and I also recovered a crate worth of health. then easily beat the Onin minigame to give us the last piece of the seal, in which we used to open the part of the precursor ruins that then opens the Tomb of Mar.
Bleak, Onin says the 3 artifacts you retrieved from the mountain temple.
Here we are back tied with my previous personal best. This time I was actually able to get through the platforming, with some minor glitches of course, but this time there is a variable I forgot to account for and practice for, which is Daxter being chased by the giant spider. For an unpracticed run, I did make it pretty far, but in the end the spider just knew the route better than me. While I was disappointed having barely made it any farther than my last personal best, I reminded myself that all progress is good progress. Off camera I practiced the spider run again and again, in which I also learned the prior platforming can be death preventable by using the jetboard, because the jetboard can float on the Dark Eco. Next time I'll have a big boot ready for the spider. 12 deaths so far, and only many, many more to come. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and liking down below. I've got more zero death content on the way, and editing is a pain in the ass, so it's nice to know when things go appreciated. Also, don't be shy and check out my links in the description. I want to be able to stream games like Jak 2 to an audience, so we can all enjoy the pain together. So it'd be nice if you checked out my Twitch. Otherwise, see you next time on Jak 2 No Death Runs. Later.